All right, guys, let's break down this beautiful 5-hour trade that I sent out to the live chat in the GFX Discord this morning, okay? Because it was a bit tricky. Price action wasn't as clean as what it can be with gold, right? We obviously got a lot of chop. Once we broke above this intraday manipulation point yesterday, price just kind of chopped away up to the 33.25 level, okay? And what I did was I tried to just ignore what's going on here, right? Because what I'm trying to focus on is I'm trying to focus on what's going to happen today, right? I want to know what's going to happen in my session, right? So what I identified first was that we got this accumulation here, which was this is what was the catalyst for bullish price action, right? Okay, so we started moving out of this accumulation, but what I also seen was we'd not retested, okay? We didn't retest the accumulation properly because we came down to it and we kind of just bounced just above it, right? So what I wanted to see was this is 8 a.m. London Open, and London tends to come back against the trend to grab a better price before moving price in the opposite direction. Okay, it's kind of like a liquidity grab, right? So what I had was I actually had two manipulation points. So we got the first manipulation point here off this level, okay? Now that's this bearish facing candle, which is that's the accumulation, right? What we also had in this area is we've got the daily VWAP, okay? And I know that price looks like it's broken below and closed potentially to move bearish, okay? Or to continue bearish then, but I've seen this happen so many times. You can see that it just price gets exhausted on the 5 minute. If you look at it on the 1 minute time frame, it's probably even choppier, right? It's very difficult to dissect the lower down the time frame you go. But then the first thing I seen was we got the GFX bitch candle here. Okay, so we've got the first bitch candle right here, and then we've actually got a second bitch candle. And what's happening is you see this manipulation point right here, which I've marked as a secondary one. If you look at that on the 15-minute time frame, we're failing to close below this level here. We're failing to close below this level, and we're actually just about trying, we're just about failing to close below this level here, right? You've then got, if you look at it, okay, we've got the wicks forming higher highs. So if we zoom in here, right, these 15-minute wicks there's your low, there's your higher low, and your higher low again. So all I'm waiting for is for price to wick down, okay? We've got two GFX 5-minute bitch candles here. I'm waiting for it to wick down, okay? And then as this candle flips, I'm taking the entry. So more often than not, you don't actually get a lot of drawdown, okay? Because this would be the entry candle, I believe, and then this would be the next 15-minute wick, which then moves bullish. Comes back down almost to entry, but then it just skyrockets. So it moved up to the next manipulation point up here. I was actually trailing because I was hoping that we'd break through it. So I trailed at 5R, okay? Came out of the trade just as planned. My day is done. But we've got many confluences here, which you need to, just study and learn to identify these sort of telltale signs, because when you've got this London move down, more often than not, it's just coming down to get better prices in order to continue bullish. Because if you look at the price action from yesterday morning, okay, we've got the accumulation here, right? So again, once you identify these accumulations and the manipulation points, okay, there's a trade here, bearish. There's then another trade here once we've broken down, because if you look at the breakout, when it comes back up to retest the manipulation point, it's then moving down again, right? And if you come out of the trade here at the next level, generally speaking, you're going to make 2, 3, 4R on a day-to-day basis, as long as you can get it right. Now, once the price is then, this is choppy, right? Once price breaks above this manipulation point here, there's a trade here, okay? There's a second trade here, and it just moves up to the next manipulation point. So one manipulation point to the next, that manipulation point would have been here. You can see the reaction, okay? It moves bearish straight away, breaks above it, doesn't know what to do. And then, as I said, price has got a bit choppy around here, but nonetheless, we've had a nice trade. sent out live to the GFX chat room, and our day is done. Right, so any question, guys, hit me up in the chat room as always, and I will see you later.